Hell, I guess I can. Okay. Facebook is a plantation. Y'all are free. There's no reason for us to sit on his media and beg for him to treat us right. Come on. As long as you're doing that, you don't deserve to get treated right. As long as you exist in somebody else's house, just like Brother Malcolm said in a speech, and just paraphrasing because I don't know the exact words that he used, but he said it is unfair for the black man to come into the white man's company and demand a job. You don't deserve one. Okay? You don't deserve one. We have it in ourselves. We have the ability, we have the number, we have the education, we have the money, we have the expertise, we have the knowledge that we can do this on our own. You know, let me tell you something. Every group of people in this country, go down to even the smallest ethnic group, the smallest ethnic groups. I wouldn't even say the Puerto Ricans. There's a shitload of Puerto Ricans here. Samoans, the Hmong. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Hmong. Look that up if you haven't. If you don't know who they are, HMONG. The Mien, MIEN. The Filipinos, the Koreans, the Japanese, the Chamorro. Every group have certain basic things. Every ethnic group should have a way to feed its people, should have a way to educate their young, right? In every city where there's Chinese people, there is a Chinese school for parents to take their kids and drop them off, whether they go to public school or not. Sometimes, some places they're private schools, some of them they're just an after-school program, and where their children learn their culture, their language, their religion, and it's outside of the influence and the power of this dominant culture here. Okay, that's what we need. Everybody needs that. You got to have a way to feed your people. You got to have a way to educate your youth. You have to have a way to take care of your elderly. You got to have a way to build job skills and business skills. You know, teach people how to start their own businesses. You got to have a place of healing, a place like clinics and things like that. You have to have some sort of power structure within your ethnic group, right? Even within the Hmong community, within the Chinese community, there is a political system that exists outside of the dominant political system. Okay, that's why the Chinese never pick it. The Chinese you'll never find an Asian group protesting in front of some company talking about they don't give us jobs. Because unlike us, what you don't realize is we still have a lot of things left over from slavery. We still look to the slave master to provide for us. I need a job. Our people need jobs. I go to the white man and say, y'all ain't giving us jobs. I need education. My kid is suffering in class. I go to the white man and say, hey, educate my kids. Why are you not teaching my children black history? Why is he not teaching my kids black history? Niggas, you crazy? That's what I'm talking about. Every ethnic group out here has some form of, they have the basics. They have a form of communication. You gotta have places of healing. You gotta have a way to feed the people. You have to have a way to educate the children. You have to have a way to employ your own people. You have to have housing, and you have to have a form of communication. Facebook, Twitter, that is a form of communication. You know, when you get into arguments with white boys and they're out here quoting shit like, well, you know, black people sold other black people in slavery. Where the fuck did they get that? Did they get that in school? No, they did not. They got it from social media. These motherfuckers are literally being educated through social media against yo ass. I done heard Negroes say that bullshit. I've heard niggas say that bullshit. Okay? Facebook, social media, all the social media, Twitters and Snap. I don't know, Snapchat is one of them. But anyway, all that social media stuff, it serves a purpose. It's not just for fun. I know. I used to use it for fun. You know what I mean? And I realized it's a lot more powerful. Trump got elected because of social media. Okay, regardless of what they're saying in Congress right now, they know damn well Trump and Russia got him elected. Okay, but the thing is, they learn to use social media for power. God damn it, stop it. They learn to use social media for power. We use social media for entertainment. Do you get what I'm saying? We should, and I know I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, guys. This is off the top of my head. But we should, by now, understand the power of social media. Social media can be used to educate people. It could be used to miseducate people. It could be used as a form of communication for our leaders to reach the masses. And there are folks out here that are using social media to organize protest, to educate people, to whip up the masses for protest. Even what's going on in Venezuela right now, they were able to get that going using social media. Do you understand how powerful that is? Okay? There is no reason at all for us to be relying on white folks that don't even like your ass to provide you with a means of communication with your people. Anytime you use a white man's resources for black purposes, just understand he's gonna fuck with your shit. Trying to think of where I heard this. I do know where I heard this. A brother in San Francisco. Got a brother in San Francisco. His name is Frank. He built what I would liken to a small university on YouTube. His followers were only maybe a couple thousand, but the brother's knowledge was so deep, it could have grown to maybe tens of thousands. No, I think he had tens of thousands. It could have grown to probably hundreds of thousands. YouTube didn't like something he said. And I'm pretty sure it had something to do with Jews. I know he's not anti-Semitic, but you know, these Jews, the Jewish power establishment is so sensitive that they will shut you down if you say something that's embarrassing to them, even if it's true, and they will call it anti-Semitic. We don't even have a word to describe something that's offensive to us. We say racist. Right now, racist is a bad word. White folks is acting like the only racism that exists is reverse racism. Okay? So anyway, my point is that all his videos, everything he did, his entire channel, shut down, gone forever. Do you understand? Until you have your own, you give away your power. You must have your own form of communication. You must have your own institutions. Anytime, and this is the reason why white folks can't go down and join the Nation of Islam. Regardless of what you think of their theology or their ideology or whatever, they have a very tight organization. Very, very tight. And they are self-sufficient. The nation they own businesses, they have ways to feed their community, they have schools, they have ways to educate their children, they have daycare centers, they have pretty much everything they need. They even have their own newspapers. That's something that black folks used to do. We didn't let Jet Magazine die away. Motherfucker, you let Jet Magazine die away? And so what? So what we could support, I don't even know what those magazines are. I don't even fucking read them. There are white forms of black media. BET is white owned, okay? Don't think for a second BET is not used to weaponize against your asses. I remember when BET went from black owned to white owned, they got rid of all the religious programming, they got rid of Tavis Smiley, they got rid of all the educational program, and they replaced it with ass-shaking videos. Right in time for the black man's mind to go from Public Enemy to fucking 2 Live Crew. Trust, that shit occurred at the same fucking time. When you allow yourselves, when you give away your power, by going up under your enemy, okay, by not maintaining your own, by not having your own, you give your enemy the power to control how you do business. They control whether or not you even stay in business. Okay, you got to have your own. This is a call right now for black folks to get your own form of social media. Now, I will tell you this. Black Planet is out there. They just had their 15 minutes. Solange, if you have anything to do with the management of Black Planet, please talk to these motherfuckers about updating that shit. You guys are using fucking 1999 technology, 2000 technology in 2019. Come on now. Do you know that there are Asian forms of social media that's way more advanced, and Facebook is a copy. The original social media was Black Planet. Everything, MySpace, all that shit is copies of Black Planet. There's no reason. MySpace is still around, I believe. There's no reason for Black Planet to basically be run like a mom and pop in 2019. There are too many people. You know what? If it's a problem that there's not enough black folks, there's not enough folks in the black community that have that Silicon Valley education. You know what? There's a lot of African brothers out here that know how to do that shit. Trust and believe. There's African brothers out here that can do that. Connect with them. Matter of fact, social media is probably 1/3 Africans. Okay, I know we got a lot of jokes and stuff about African brothers hitting on women in the inbox. Okay, whatever. You're gonna find that no matter what. Okay, but there is so much knowledge out there. There's no reason for black folks to not have at least that form of social media. Sure, if you want to use it for video games or use it for dating or I don't know, whatever they're doing with the social media, there's no reason for black folks not to have that. We have too much money, we have too much education, we have too many people among us. We even have folks that are not black that love black people. Okay, and I didn't even get into that argument about, oh, well, they just after our men or what. I don't give a fuck. Okay, if they are for the betterment of my people, I'm not gonna make an enemy out of them. Okay, I am not that fucking jealous over black pussy that I'm gonna stop some white boy from dating a sister just because, and especially if he's willing to do something for my community. Okay, so, but y'all can argue about that in comments if you want to. But the bottom line is, there's no reason for Minister Farrakhan to not have a form of communication to communicate with his masses other than through some white boys, not even invention, his version of something that black folks created. Okay, so, you know, I don't know if they have a lot of folks that know how to build a site like that over in the NOI. Maybe the NOI can team up with Black Planet or whatever. I don't know if those Ning, NING.com, those Ning sites are still around, but there's so many directions that we can go. But there's no reason at all for brothers like me to be sitting back can't even get into our fucking Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Because not because I was sharing porn or, you know, I was out here making racist comments and stuff like that. For sharing conscious posts. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That we should have our own, and this is a perfect time to do it. Okay, Solange has purchased, I believe, Black Planet, or she's promoting Black Planet or whatever. There are folks that like I said, that are dissatisfied, angry, disenfranchised with the forms of social media that we have. I got a Twitter, by the way. I don't fucking use it. Okay, I can't even really understand Twitter, but that's what I'm saying. There's no reason for those of us who use these things to not have our own. We gotta have our own. And while we're at it, we need our own schools. We need our own daycares. Don't tell me we can't do it. Okay, we need our own grocery stores. We need our own farmers. We need our own sources of organic, clean, pesticide-free food. There's no reason for the black man not have that. Why are we turning to people who don't even like us to provide us the things that we need? Okay, because don't tell me you can't afford it, motherfucker. You buy $200 shoes and you finance fucking rims and shoes for your cars and stuff like that. You know, there's a saying that my dad had said that Negroes buy what they need. No, they buy what they want and they beg for what they need. This is a perfect example of what he's talking about. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna close this video out. Please get this information, get this video to Mr. Farrakhan. We have the numbers. We can do this shit in a week if you want to. We can do this shit in a week if we want to. All right, y'all take it easy. Peace.